We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't?
Now the ball comes loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And looking to throw, Penix. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Here's Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Looking to throw, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. The Falcons at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And remember, this is a running back that fumbled on the previous drive, but fortunately for them, nothing came of it. And I think when that happens, sometimes coaches can lean a little more on forgive and forget. So he's right back out there and running again.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little, but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Ready.
Now Penix. Looking deep here for Mooney. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That will give Irving running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be put.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. To the air, Penix. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And the Bucs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 54 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go.
They'll throw with Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Second down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Penix. short throw caught by Pitts. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Excellent catch there by Pitts. And there are many players in his position who can rival the type of athleticism he brings to the table. Here in year 4, the Falcons, they're expecting a monster year from him.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Darnell Mooney from 6 yards away. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the gun, Mayfield.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mayfield down. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield,
Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. The carry here for the big tight end. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Operating from the gun, Penix. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is brought in at the 21. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. A quick pass here to Godwin. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. The throw's going to be caught. Chris Godwin. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Play fake. Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
That's some good
closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Okay, ready?
Now a 2nd and 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Shut up.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready? Go.
Penix working out of the gun here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. He'll look to set up his blockers. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Run. Done.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Buccaneers 17, Falcons 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. pressure too much. Down he goes.
3rd and 12.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. And this is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An explosive 38-yard pickup. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, it's some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, but as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Once again, it's Irving. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
To throw, Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Still fighting for more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards, the final tally.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Regular. What's that?
Mayfield now from the 50.
Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
This is caught by Evans. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
King.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Handoff running left, Irving. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Alert, 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 alert. Up, up. Pistol. Watch, watch.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
So what a ton of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive? And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Mayfield on play action.
To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. In motion right is Evans. Mayfield to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Run.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, alert 33. Hurry. Real. King. What's that?
Now Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Penix. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
70.
Now Penix. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw Penix.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A gain of 37.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Penix to the air once more.
Did he get the feed down? Yes. Touchdown.
Charlie Warner
from 8 yards out.
And the Falcons are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He's across midfield,
and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They go play action. Mayfield. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Mayfield off the play fake.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
19 Lions. Here we go. Here we go. Panther 11. Panther 11. Dragon 60. Ready, ready.
And looking to throw, Penix. That one deep for London.
And he's got it inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Drake London,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days. And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mayfield.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.
This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Mayfield.
Complete right side to Otten.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Mayfield now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Atlanta, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup.